So today it's all about systems. It's all about systems and Captain Optimus, which is an indicator that can automate those signals that the systems produce. Uh, and ninZaCo told me that I can demonstrate my two favorite systems. I was so excited. So today, I'll be sharing with you out of everything that I've promoted, and I promoted a lot of great stuff. Really, everything by ninZaCo is first rate, great stuff. But of course, we're all individuals and we have our favorites. I have my favorites. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my really favorite system and then another one, and we'll be watching them trade live using Captain Optimus for full automation. So let's get started. Again, I apologize when you're going to be hearing. I don't know why I couldn't shut the sound. I thought I did. I thought I disabled the sound. I guess I didn't. In any case, so systems. What are systems as opposed to, let's say, individual indicators? Well, a system is really a collection of indicators that work together to identify a certain pattern, and then it generates a signal. So this is a fairly recent one via Elementra. Again, this is kind of a trend following with pullbacks, good stuff. And you see these entries and these, especially if you're using a very small time frame, like a ninZaCo, like a Ninza bar, right? Ninza Renko bar, King Renko bar, some kind of a range bar that's very small. It's next to impossible in a fast-moving market to kind of grab those trades, right? You need automation to be able to grab those trades. So that's one system. Space GPS, another one, interesting. This one also trend following with pullbacks. It identifies zones. I don't remember if I did. I did so many. I don't know if I did a webinar on this. It looks familiar, so I think I did. I'm pretty sure I at least made a video featuring this system. Good stuff. Again, pullbacks, everything. And again, you can automate it. Ideally, you want to automate it. Even, speed is one thing, right? Sometimes markets move too fast. But there is also another component, right? Sometimes we hesitate. We are human, right? Sometimes the setup looks great. We get this great signal. And we sit there. We just can't press that button. Well, you need some kind of automation that could get you into that trade. It can manage the trade for you, everything from a number of contracts to ATM, like everything. So that's what Captain Optimus is going to do for us. Zephyrus Force, I definitely did something with this one. Again, either a webinar or a video or both. Again, trend with pullbacks, clear signals that could be automated. Good system, this one. I remember this one actually. Yeah, this one is a good system. Zenith on MACD. Right, so this is combining signals that have to do with a level as well, if I'm not mistaken. And that, of course, have to do with the MACD indicator, but it's much more sophisticated than a simple MACD indicator. The way ninZaCo does it, and again, everything they do, this is everything they do is just first rate. So they took this MACD idea, which is of course is a few decades old, and they really made it new. So this one was really good. ThunderZilla, that's a great system. Used it myself many times, and yeah. So this one, I don't want to go too much into it, and I'm not a coder. I'm not part of ninZaCo's team as far as coding. I know nothing about coding. It just seems to me that ThunderZilla took pretty much the best of two other systems, combined it together, and created this really first-rate system. I love it because It's trend following with pullbacks. And it's just the way they were able to code these pullbacks relative to the trend that makes the system really good. I love the system and very, very solid, very consistent. Again, has signals that could be automated by Captain Optimus. RK System Platinum. Well, okay, so spoiler alert, that's my baby. I love this system. This was, I think, the first system that I actually did a webinar on. It's beautiful because it has a number of different systems. It combines different entries. It has, while in other words, besides entries, you could use it for targets as well. It just combines a lot of features into one. RK System Platinum. Okay, so here you go, kind of a spoiler alert, right? In my opinion, this is it. This is uh, just everything, the way they created this, and it's not the newest one. This one's going back. It's a bestseller, going back for years now, and it just continues to deliver. I trade it a certain way, which I will share with you in this webinar. How I trade it. Now, by the way, since we're on the topic, understand that everything I'm sharing, obviously, this is my opinion, right? So we're all individuals, and I like, and I like a certain type of a system. So what I like a trend with pullbacks. That's what I like. Now, some people like, for example, some kind of a volume analysis or market profile, some kind of trend lines, for example. So different people are comfortable with different things. Divergence, for example, I'm terrible at divergence. I cannot trade divergence to save my life. Other people are terrific at it. They can consistently get money out of the market using the idea of divergence. Me, no, I'm just not, just like I'm not good at reversals. Some people are very good trading reversals, not me. I'm just not able to consistently, effectively trade reversals. So that's why what I like is the trend following RK System Platinum, and that's just, again, we're gonna be looking into it. Well, this is my second one. So probably my second most favorite is Cosmic ZTP. Again, you can see why after everything that I explained, a trend with a pullback. So while those two might look similar, they really are not. They're not very similar. They have some similar ideas, let's say, similar concepts, I guess. But those are two quite different systems. And if RK system is my number one, Cosmic is my number two favorite. Another great, solid system. Once you really learn how to trade it, it can deliver profits. I mean, like every day. That's one good stuff. Zone GTP, a long time ago, I did a webinar on this one. This has to do with levels. I identified levels and direction. So if you're into like levels trading along with direction, Zone GPT is a good choice. Another good system, and again has signals that could be fully automated by Captain Optimus. So there's going to be a gift, as always. As always, there was a gift. I do want to get to live markets. But first of all, let's kind of talk quickly. What is Captain Optimus? So Captain Optimus, what it does is it can identify not only ninZa's signals, but really any third-party system, as long as the signal, and again, I'm not a coder, guys, I'm sorry, I'm not a programmer, but it has to have a certain identification. So as long as whatever that signal is from a third-party indicator has this identification, which is like a +1 or -1, then, well, they show it here. Then Captain Optimus is able to pick it up and automate it. So, and then again, in fast moving markets, or if you hesitate, or even if you're not around, um, I'm going to show you charts that I enabled using Captain Optimus this morning. And because I was in my live trading room, I did not even look at them. So I completely left them alone. They were trading completely on their own, and that's the power of automation. By the way, I'm not suggesting you should not look at charts. I was doing, sim accounts, obviously. I would not trade prop accounts, not supervised. That's irresponsible, so I don't want to give any bad advice. But I'm just saying they're so effective, those signals are so reliable that you could kind of leave them and they will still trigger and everything. Of course, automatic trade execution, it will follow whatever ATM you put. We're going to look at it in a minute. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I want to. This is all right. Let's get to some live markets. So let's do this. Let's start. Let's start. What should we start with? Let's start with RK system. Should we do RK system first? Let's start, and then I will explain what we are looking at and everything else. So hold on. So let's make this. Let me find it on Zoom. Here you are. Okay. All right. So first of all, what are we looking at? So this is Captain Optimus right over here. And here we can pick the type of order we want, what kind of ATM we want. It's just a drop-down window with all the ATMs that you have on your computer. Of course, number of contracts, types of order, account. Of course, you need the actual account to be able to trade. And the way we pick what we want to trade. So we press this. Let me maybe bring it here. Okay, so I press this. A window opens, of course, in the other screen. Sorry. Let me bring this here. Okay. And then we pick the indicator that we want Captain Optimus to automate signals. Then, well, in the case of our case system, we drop this. This is the type of signal we wanted to copy. Now, the beautiful thing about this, if you've been watching my videos with RK system and pretty much any system, I love the first signal in a given direction. With Captain Optimus, I can actually pick that first signal, and it will only take that first signal and not the subsequent signals, because I don't want to keep trading, especially with a smaller time frame. I don't want to keep trading in the same direction because eventually the move stops, price reverses, and as always, like that last signal is no good. So I always prefer the first signal in a given direction, and Captain Optimus allows me to do that. Then, of course, you can put, a daily target, max loss, all that stuff. All that stuff could be, come on, work, could be entered here. So you see, you only see the first signal in a given direction, only the first one. This is the first one. This is the second one. You see why I don't like the second one? I like the first one. Now, this is a tiny, small time frame. That's not the way I trade. I picked a very small time frame here so I can show you, so I can demonstrate a lot of entries, right? So what I'm going to show you now, I'm not saying trade like this. This is just for demonstration purposes, so I can show you how Captain Optimus does it. But even with this, if you see this total, if you can see this, this is the total, again, in a sim account because I wasn't watching it. This total was generated completely without me even looking at the chart. Okay, I wasn't even looking at the chart. Now, it's important to know when you enable Captain Optimus, what you have here doesn't matter. You can have 20 contracts here in a different ATM. It doesn't matter. It will only do the ATM that is in Captain Optimus once you enable it. And I'm going to show you how we can enable it. Okay, so let's now go back to real time. And the way I enable it is like this. I simply press enable shorts. So right now I just enabled shorts, shorts only. Now it's not going to take a short even if there is a signal because it only takes the first, that's the way I programmed it. It only takes the first signal in a given direction. So these subsequent signals it would not take. It could take them if that's what you want to do. I just prefer the first one. And then now I'm going to enable the long side as well. And everything is over here. Everything is over here. Whatever you enabled, you're going to see in the upper right corner. So now we just wait. So now we just wait. And as long as it didn't mess anything up, which is very possible, but as long as it didn't mess anything up, the next trade it's going to take is going to be a long trade. So now we're just waiting. Okay. Any questions? Let me look at any questions while we wait. Let me see if there are any questions while we wait. No questions. Good. I'll put everyone to sleep. Hope it's not the case. All right. So just going to wait for a signal. They're selling off pretty good. Yeah. After we're done with everything here, I will share with you um, how I trade RK System Platinum. It's not NinZaCo. Keep saying it's not ninZaRenko bars. I always prefer time charts. So I'm going to show you one way to trade RK System Platinum profitably. Although again, if you look at this total, it's doing just fine. It's doing just fine without me doing anything else to it. So let's see. The next signal should be a long signal, so that's what I'm waiting for. I enabled the long side.
NQ, cell signal 2.
So it's this one that's talking. You see, it talks when there is a signal, and I thought I disabled the sound, but I guess I didn't. Uh, yeah, boy, as soon as we put this on, things slow down. That's all right. Let's give them some time. Let's give them some time. Let me look at some of the charts myself here. 591. Okay, so the way RK system works now, there should be a pullback down, and then upon confirmation up, there should be a long signal, which would be the first long signal in this direction, and so there should be a trade. Ah, here we go. It worked. It worked. Okay, so you saw that, right? Did it completely by itself without me doing a thing. Now, again, I'm not saying such a small time frame is the way to trade. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. So this, of course, is an unreasonable ATM, and I will just close it if we turn bearish. Okay, so I'll turn this off. Now, if we get a short, but nah, it did not go bearish yet. I kind of jumped the gun a little. If we go bearish, then the next, now you see there was a long signal, but it was not taken. It was not taken because they only took the first one. By the way, there was some slippage. It's an important point because it probably would have hit my target, but there was some slippage on the entry, and that's because you see here it's on market order. I could make it a limit order. I just did not want to take a chance of missing a trade. Again, I'm just demonstrating this now. This is not for actual trading. Good. So now there is a short. You see that it picked up the first short signal all by itself. And now, of course, it's going the other way. So if it goes bullish, once again, I'll disable it. If you can stay for later, again, I'll show you an effective way of trading, really not only RK system, but pretty much most indicators. So if you just stay tuned after the demonstration, we're going to talk, we're going to have a broader discussion about indicators in general, systems or whatnot. So the next signal is going to be a long signal, but first I'm going to have to get out of this. So as soon as we go bullish here, I'm going to get out of this, and then we anticipate a long signal. Next, we're going to look at Cosmic. So Cosmic is next. I just want to, just one more maybe, just to really, for you to see how this works.
NQ. Sell signal 2.
We're slowing down. Yes, I mean, I got out of this a bit early, but that's all right. I was thinking it's just going to go, it would go bullish, and I didn't want to miss the long signal. Yeah, I shouldn't have got out of this short. That's all right. Next one is going to be long. Next signal is going to be long, and then we're going to look at Cosmic. Yeah, so once this turns blue, see this? Once this turns blue, you know we're turning bullish, and now we just need a pullback. Come on, give me a pullback.
NQ. By signal 1.
Okay. And Cosmic is next after this. Okay. Um, right, and then it just resets. So the next signal, if it's a long signal, it will not take it. And again, because I picked to only take the first signal. So that's all it's going to do. It's just going to take the first. The way to disable it, you click this again over here. You disable the short. You disable the long. You can also, by the way, enable or disable just one. Let's say you are bullish, for example. So you're not interested in short. signals, and you are only looking for long signals if you are bullish. So you would disable the short and you would only enable the long side. When you enable only the long side, you see right here, it's in blue. If you enable only the short side, it's in this pink. If you enable both, well, you have this yellow. Okay, let's take a look at Cosmic. 1 second. Cosmic, where are
And
you?
Q. By signal 2.
Okay, hold on. I lost my Cosmic. Cosmic. Here we go. Mhm. Okay. Zoom. That's this one. All right. So this is Cosmic ZPT. Again, very small time frame, not for trading purposes, for demonstration purposes. All right. This is my second favorite system. Uh, Again, very solid with pullbacks. Picks a direction, waits for pullback. Now with this one though, there was no differentiation between a first and second signal. So Captain Optimus would just keep on taking these signals. Again, I had it running all by itself in the morning. I was not looking at it. I was running the live room. And so this was the total. Kind of look back for the kind of signals it had earlier. So again, a long right, followed by a short, no signal here. I guess no deep enough retracement. And now it's probably working on a short signal. So I'll go ahead and enable the long and the short side. And again, as long as it didn't mess it up, it should be working fine. Let me just double check something. Yeah, so should be working.
NQ. Sell signal 4.
Yeah, the talking is RK system. It's not this.
Order submitted.
Here we go. So a short, right? This is pretty deep retracement. Um, and so there is a short. Once again, took it in full automation. You see these signals come pretty fast, and that's what I mean by it would be, I don't know, next to impossible, unless you have pretty good instincts, next to impossible to enter this manually as soon as you saw the signal, right? And so you need automation. You need automation. If you're going to be trading a very small time frame, and you have a fast moving market. And right now, the market is not even fast moving. I mean, compared to what the Nasdaq could be, this is really not even that fast moving. But still, how would you get into this trade manually? It would be very difficult. So, so once again, here again, I have it on market, and when you have a market order, obviously there is slippage. You could change it to a limit order, right? And then you don't have the slippage. Another thing you can do, for example, let's say I am actually trading this, and I'm not, but let's say I'm actually trading this, and I only want the first signal. Well, now I can disable the short side. Okay, so let's say I'm watching this. First signal is great. I don't want to take a second signal in the same direction. I can simply disable the short side, and that's it. And then the next signal is going to be the long signal. But let's enable this just again, just for demonstration purposes. And then as soon as we get, so the nice thing about Cosmic really is it has different kinds of pullbacks, and it's very good at identifying, like this one, a nice deep pullback in a downtrend and generating this signal. It has these targets as well. So Cosmic is just, again, Arc system is my favorite, but right behind it is Cosmic. Cosmic is a very solid system. As a matter of fact, it's not active anymore, but I have a YouTube channel with a number of videos featuring Cosmic ZTP. I'm not posting there anymore, but I think it's still there. So maybe just one more signal, and then I do want to show you Thunderzilla. I do want to show you Thunderzilla. So let's see if we can get one more signal. Win or lose, doesn't matter. But you see why, to me, first signals are always the best. Not to say that every first signal is a winning signal, of course, it's not the case. Uh, but more often than not, the first signal is the best signal. Okay, just waiting. Okay, another pretty deep retracement. Let's see. Maybe it's going to generate another signal if it closes down.
NQ. Sell signal 1.
Okay. So if it goes bullish, I'll just close it manually. Yep. So again, first signal is the best. Second, not so much. Um, Let me show you Thunderzilla because I just now Thunderzilla and it's something I'm doing wrong. I was not able. Hold on here. 1 second. Uh, 1 minute. Just trying to get it here. Zoom. It's this. Okay. So Fantasilla is another just I spoke about it before here. It's another absolutely great system. Now, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. So
NQ.
uh,
By signal 2.
those of you who are better at this than I am, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. So I think I'm doing the right thing. So it's a Thunderzilla, it's the trade signal, but for some reason, and obviously it's something I'm doing wrong, it picks up the change of trend as a signal, but not the actual signals. And I don't know why. So something I'm doing wrong. I'm sure you'll be able to. Oh, sorry, I still got Cosmic going there. So Cosmic just hit a target. Sorry. Let me disable that. It wasn't. I mean, it's same, of course, but still. Let me disable, and I'll go back. Right. But as far as the system, Fantasilla and other, absolutely, really, really good. I mean, those three are just great. Again, trend with a pullback. So you see what it does? It picks the trend, but not the signal. And obviously, you want the signal, not the trend. And so it's something I'm just doing wrong. But the actual signals are absolutely terrific with the Thunderzilla. Again, the first one is the best, right? Here is the first signal. First one is the best. Just a little bit here, just a quick scalp here. First one here, and just keeps going. Decent, it's pretty good at handling chop, as you can see, right? No signals, no signals, no signal. These are just change of trend. It really should not be where Captain Optimus picks it up, and I'm just not quite able, for whatever reason, to find these signals there. But I'm sure it's there. I'm sure it could be done. Okay, so before I move on to how I trade RK System Platinum, I want to go back to the slideshow just so I can show you the offer and everything else. Okay, I'm just looking. Do I use Omni? So OmniScan is a different thing. I'm not too familiar with it yet. It was sent to me, but I'm really not too familiar with it yet. It looks interesting, but I just did not really give it enough time to form an opinion. So let me go back to the slideshow. Where's my slideshow? Slideshow? Okay. All right. So let me get to this here. All right. So this is the offer. So if you purchase any system, it looks like, of course, except RK system, that's more expensive, and T-Rex, which I did not even go over. I Yeah, I did not go over T-Rex, but those two are slightly more expensive. RK system, I think normally sold for like $2,000. They are giving a very nice discount on it, and Captain Optimus right over here. So you can scan these as far as offers go. Um, so the gift, where's the gift? The gift? Well, that's embarrassing. Say, hang on. Oh, here we go. Okay. Uh, Almost didn't give you a gift. Hold on, didn't find the gift. The gift. Here we go. Smart Zoom. Don't know what that is, but it looks interesting. Okay, so that's the gift, and you go to ninZaCo support,
Cell signal 1.
send Zoom to ninZaCo support, and they will take care of you. Okay, so once again, this is the offer, and if you want to hang out, we're going to spend some time. I'll show you how. I'll show you a way, a way of trading RK system uh, platinum that is different than what I just showed you. It's like for demonstration. But all right. So if you're ready, let me just check any questions. Iceberg. Yeah, I don't have a chart with it now. I just don't have a chart with it now. But if it has a signal, Captain Optimus can, I'm sure, can automate it. Oh, no, Joe, again, what I showed was just for demonstration. It was just quick target, and I would get out manually, of course, if there was a reversal in trend. But I'm not saying you should trade like this. This was just to demonstrate how Captain Optimus gets into entries and how it can manage the entries that with the ATM that you supply. This was not trading. Okay, I don't want you to think that's how I trade. No, 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 no. This was not trading. Okay, so I'm not sure, Michael. You said which system is this? I showed Arcade System Platinum. I showed Cosmic, and the last one was Thunderzilla. They all could be scalping systems with a very if the time frame is very small, because it has to make sense. So if the time frame is very small, like an Inzerenko, whatever, 12
by signal 1.
12-4 or whatever, 8-4, something small, then you can use it for scalping. Okay. Then all right, no more questions here. Let me see. All right, let's talk a little bit, shall we? About indicators in general and where is my chart? Where is my chart? The chart. Hold on. A minute. Just find the right chart. Okay. Okay. Share and this. Boom. Good. Right? Yeah, good. Okay. Now let's take a minute now and talk about indicators in general. So I think there was a mistake, maybe misconception about what I believe indicators were created for. Indicators, systems, automated systems were not created to replace us because they can't. They were created to help us. The way I look at any indicator or system is how can I use
And
it?
Q by signal 2.
How can I use it to execute my plan? In other words, the indicator is my sidekick, so to speak, is what helps me to execute my plan. I don't just randomly take long or short signals. This indicator must reflect my plan for the day. So in my live room, what I do is when I come in first at 9 o'clock and then around 9:20, I share my plan for the day. Okay, for example, today the plan was Nasdaq below 790. If Nasdaq cannot hold 790, if it breaks below 790, we're going to 735 and 660. Period. The end. That's it. That's the plan. Now I look at the indicator, in this case, our key system, and what I say is, can this indicator confirm my plan? For example, if it's going to give me a long under 790, I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested. Until when? Until it hits my, in a case of a short, my lowest target. When price hits my lowest target, I expect a bounce. In other words, I no longer look for shorts. If price has achieved my lowest target that I plan ahead for the session. So the lowest target was below 660. It was in the 500s, the low 500s. But bare minimum, a break below 790 leads to 735 is the baby level, but then 660, the major completion of the short. So what happens? So it's arriving at 7:30, okay? And I have this plan in mind. And now the indicator is showing me a short signal. Well, this is my confirmation. This is it. Now the indicator helps me confirm my trading plan. In other words, I'm not just trading this independent of everything else. No, no. I'm trading this as part of a plan. I promise you, whatever indicator you like, it doesn't have to be RK system. That's just something that I like. Whatever you like, will be a lot more effective if you use it as part of your plan as opposed to just take random signals that it gives you. Understand that I don't care what the system is, what the indicator is, it has no bigger picture understanding. It will just look for patterns. How does a signal get created on any indicator? It's some kind of a pattern that was coded in, right? In other words, it expects repetition of things. Well, let me tell you something. Nothing ever repeats. Nothing ever in this universe repeats. There are no repetitions. It might look like a repetition. It's not. Everything is unique every single day, every single minute. Anyway, let's get away from that. So there is a short, boom, and that's my short. Now, again, I prefer the first signal. This is what I prefer. By the way, this is a 15-second chart. Okay? Why 15 seconds? You know, the last time I showed this, someone said 15 seconds. I only trade 1 minute. Well, that's great. You can trade 1 minute. That's awesome. I like 15 seconds because it responds much quicker, right? It will respond 4 times faster than a minute chart. That's just what I like, right? It doesn't have to be you. You're comfortable with 1 minute, by all means, stick with 1 minute. I like the 15 seconds because it's very clear and it responds quickly. Okay. By the way, I did not change any setting. If someone's going to ask me what are my settings, I changed nothing. This is out of the box, as is, default settings. ninZaCode did everything right with this one. I don't need to change anything. Okay. Now, subsequent signals were obviously good, but to me it was this. Take a look where this is, right below 790. Right below 790. That's what I want. Because to me, 790 was this super important level. Okay, and now price goes down. Now, again, I'm not interested in longs. I'm not. So, yes, the indicator is showing longs. I'm not interested
Buy signal 2.
because the ultimate target is still way down there. It is still lower. So, I'm not looking at this long. No, yes, the indicator is showing a long. Again, it's just an indicator. It has no understanding, right? So I'm still looking for shorts. And there was a kind of a small short here. Again, not looking for longs, not looking for longs, not looking for longs. Short, right? Short. Now, what kind of targets, you may ask? Well, we already had some completion at 660, right? I just mentioned 660. So below that, the most I would look for is scalps. Originally, from all the way here, I can be looking for 660 if I can hold on. I can't always hold on, obviously, but I can be looking for 660. Once we reach 660, it's just scalps. If I still want to trade, that's another point. I guess I should bring it up. It's another point. Don't just keep on trading, guys. You must have a daily profit goal.
NQ.
You know,
Sell signal 2.
don't just keep on looking for opportunities, keep on trading. Again, it all should be part of your trading plan. Your trading plan should have a daily profit goal, right? So we don't just keep on trading. But in any case, so we reach this, right? Again, I'm not interested in longs. Here is a short. Now this short brings me to the lower 500s. Now, all of a sudden, we hit the lowest price that I had in my trading plan going into this day. From this point now, I'm really not interested in shorts. Why? Because we have a completion. So I'm not interested in shorts. So now I am kind of looking, do we have a bounce? And normally we have a bounce. So I'm ignoring these shorts. And yes, they would have worked out. Yes, they would have. But now that they hit this, I'm kind of thinking they might be able to hold it. And if they're able to hold it, we could have a substantial move higher. Look how many times they hit this. RK system, by the way, draws it for you. It already lets you know that this is important. That's why I love this system, RK system. It's just so unique. So it's already kind of draws it for you. Say, hey, buddy, this, watch for this, watch for this. They break a bit lower and then up. Now these longs I'm taking. Now why? Why would I ignore longs before, but all of a sudden these longs I'm taking, and this because of this. This has been reached. This has been reached. And if you, I mean, it might be a bit more advanced, I don't know. Very often a move ends with one more, in the case of a slide down, one more new low. It has to do with institutions just taking stop. They run stops, right? They're gonna break it down one more time. They'll do it one more time before turning around and then up we go. Okay, so while I would ignore the previous longs because we did not yet hit this target, well, that actual target is actually here. They do go a bit lower because that's what's expected, and then this. So, but here I'm taking longs, and now I'm very suspicious of short signals. Okay, so the reason I'm just explaining to you all this is that there is nothing
One.
there is nothing magical. Sorry, one second. Hey, stop. There is nothing magical about any indicator, but you can make it magical if you make it part of your plan. Okay, now Arca system is just such a solid system that it's really pretty good at at identifying these signals. Now, again, I would not have taken this short. I would not have. It happened to work beautifully, but I would not have taken this. I would be very interested in this long. I would not have taken this short. But again, who am I, right? So, but the point is, this obviously worked really well. I would be taking this long, and these longs. Okay? Because from that point now, I would be expecting a move up. Why? Because we reached the lowest level I had in my plan. Now, by the way, I'm not even saying I would still be trading because probably I would be done by now. I'm saying if I was, just like to go along with the logic, I'd be looking for longs after reaching the lowest target. Longs only. Longs only. Okay. All right. Well, I hope I didn't hope I didn't give you guys a headache. Any questions on anything? Okay. What is my trade room? All right. Good question. All right. Let's bring this back again. Now where am I? I always lose everything. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's hold on. Share this. Okay. So this is my trading room. But no. Where am I? Right. So this is me. So you can take a screenshot of this or whatnot. So my email address is here. My Discord server is there. You can email me first if you have any questions. Um, what I do every day in my room before the session starts, I go over the exact plan that I'm looking at. There is always a bullish and a bearish scenario. Why bullish and bearish? Don't I just know where price is going? No, I don't know where price is going. When I prepare, I have both. I have a bullish scenario, I have a bearish scenario, and I have clear targets. Um, yeah, and I'm telling you because different people like different things. ninZaCo offers a variety of systems, and they're all good in their own way. It's all a question of what is it that you like. But they have such a variety, and and you can make each one of these. You can make each one of these much more effective if you trade them as part of a plan, as opposed to just, you know, signals. In my opinion, everything I say here, of course, is my opinion. So now, by the way, just so there's not going to be a surprise, in the room there are no indicators. Um, my own methodology has no indicators. It's just under.
Thank you. Buy signal 1.
It's just understanding what is it that the market wants. In other words, understanding what is it that the institutions want. Because who moves the market, right? Not apex traders, right? We know that. Yeah, so it's understanding what the institutions are targeting, basically. What is it that they want to do? Because it doesn't matter what we want to do, right? It doesn't matter what an indicator wants to do. It has to align with what the institutions want to do. And if you can make your indicator align with what the institutions want to do, you're going to make this indicator very effective. Okay, let's. No, I do not have strict trailing stops, anything like that. I have levels. So, for example, today when we when we were short below 790, where I was saying, below 790 we are short. This means price gets above 790, you got to get out of your short. Okay, so no, it's not. I don't use ATMs. No ATMs. I don't use my. Okay, I don't know if it's really part of this webinar, um, but understand that the market
Sell signal 1.
the market doesn't care about your ATM, right? The market doesn't care about what is comfortable for you as far as your risk. The market respects the level that it creates. Okay, that's what my stops are based on. For example, in S&P, when price got to 71 today, I said 71 could be a good long towards 77 at least, and then 83 unless they break below 69. If they break below 69, they'll be targeting 58 on the downside. Take a look at the chart from today. All right. So that's what it's based on. Every situation is unique. So I cannot give you a constant stop, a trailing anything, because every situation is different. I know that when a lot of traders come in, they say the market uh, needs to do what's comfortable for me, and it's not the case. The market doesn't have market owes you nothing. It doesn't have to do anything for you. And if you want to be successful, you have to start doing what the market creates, not what's comfortable for you. And you can say, but wait a minute, isn't the stop too big? Isn't the target too far away? That's all true. And what I'm saying very clearly in the room is this is when I give a target, this is the market's target. It doesn't have to be your target. You take whatever you want to take.
Sell signal 1.
You can take 2 S&P points or 5 S&P points, but the market will target X. That's what the market wants. Is it going to go there in a straight line? Probably not. It's going to go up and down and sideways first. But the market's target is whatever it is. You as a trader will take your own target. You as a trader will have your own stop. If the stop is too far away, reduce your leverage. If you're trading one mini and the stop is too far, trade 3 micros. Look, it's yes, it also means, of course, your profit is going to be less. That's correct. Yes. But again, we need to respect what the market wants, not what we want. The market creates a structure where a stop makes sense.
NQ. Buy signal 1.
If we're going to say, well, my stop is 15 ticks, so that's all they can do. Well, good luck with that. That's not all they can do. They can do a lot more and still go the way that we said, right? In other words, you can take along with your, let's say, 15 tick stop. The market comes, takes out your stop, turns around, and goes up anyway. Well, because yeah. Anyway, I talk a lot more about this in Barum. I don't need to talk about this here. For today, once again, sorry about this. I get excited. Captain Optimus, really, if you are trading small time frames, if you hesitate in your entries, this is a great tool to have. It will manage everything from number of contracts to ATM, to longs or shorts, only to the type of order, market order, limit order, stop order. It can do everything for you, and it's pretty much essential if you're looking to scalp. Pretty much essential in fast-moving markets. Let's see if we have any more questions uh, before I'm gonna keep on talking because I can talk, guys. I can talk. Is there a yes? So I'm sure ninZaCo is gonna have a recording of this on their YouTube
NQ.
channel.
Sell signal 1.
Mainly Nasdaq and S&P. Now the thing is, if you sign up, I also uh, give gold calls in the evenings. So yesterday's gold call in the evening was to sell. I believe it was 41.40. Yeah, 41.40. So that gave like a $3,000 per contract move. But anyway, again, come to my Discord. I don't want to talk about it. Come to my Discord channel, and I can share everything with you over there. Uh, the Zoom the Zoom link again? Do you mean Discord link? I'm not sure what you mean by Zoom link. Uh, this. So this is the Discord link, and this is my email. Uh, so again, the systems I recommend the most: Arcade System, Cosmic, and Thunderzilla. All truly solid systems. And once you practice a little bit and you kind of know what to look for, they are excellent. Okay. uh, the name of what ATM, Dimitri? Name of ATM. So Dimitri, it's probably best if you just watch the recording of this on YouTube. I'm sure it's going to be available tonight on ninZaCo's channel. Because you missed quite a bit. So yeah, I don't want to go over everything and just bore everyone to tears. So yeah, but once again, Captain Optimus, the way to go for automation. Thank you all. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next webinar.